Hello students, today we are going to see civics lesson number 3 features of the constitution. In previous two lessons we studied how our constitution was made, and in this lesson we have to study that other features of our constitution. Now let us see one by one. First is federalism. It is one of the important feature of our constitution is the federal system. In countries with large territories and huge population, government is run by federal system. So, it is the system of running administration of a country by the government at two levels, with each one making laws on separate or different subjects. The federal, union, central government carries out the administration of the entire country, whereas the state government looks after the administration of a particular region. Now, let us see about separation, means division of powers. The constitution has divided the subject for making laws between the union government and the state government in the following list manner. Union list. It consists of 97 subjects on which the union government alone can make laws on defense, foreign relation, currency, international trade, war and peace. Now second one is the state list. It consists of 66 subjects on which the state government can make laws on law of order, then agriculture, local government, health, then prison, administration, etc. Third list is concurrent list. It consists of 47 subjects on which both government can make laws on economic and social planning, then environment, education and personal laws. And the fourth one, residuary powers, are those subjects which are not included in any list and are assigned to the union government. Now let us see more about union territories. In union government, and there are 29 states, state government and 7 union territories. Means in our India there is a union government and in which 29 state governments and 7 union territories. The union government control the union territories. Following are the 7 union territories: New Delhi, Daman and Diu, Puducherry, then Chandigarh, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep. So they are controlled by the union government. Now let us see about parliamentary system of government. Parliamentary system of government has been provided by the constitution, wherein the legislature is the highest decision making body. Union parliament consists of president, the House of People, Lok Sabha, and the Council of States, that is Rajya Sabha. And Council of Ministers run the administration and they are responsible or answerable to the Lok Sabha. The discussion and debate that takes place in the parliament one of great significance. Now let us see about independent judiciary. Independent judiciary is created to resolve disputes. The court hears both the sides and gives justice. Impartiality means without doing partiality. The Constitution has made several provisions remains more and more independent. The judges are appointed by President. It is not easy to remove judges from their office. Now, let us see about single citizenship. The Indian Constitution has granted a single citizenship to all Indians, that is Indian citizenship. Now, see about that amending the Constitution, process of amending the Constitution. Amendment to the Constitution can be made by Parliament according to the procedure laid down in the Constitution. It is only after giving careful consideration. And the procedure is neither too difficult nor too easy. And the last point of this lesson is Election Commission. You must have read about the Election Commission in the newspaper. Since India has adopted a democratic form of government, people have to elect their representative periodically. For this, the election have to be conducted in a free and fair atmosphere. Only then will the citizens be able to elect a candidate of their choice without any fear or pressure. If the government were to conduct election, there might be no guarantee of such a free, fair and just atmosphere for the election. Hence, the Constitution has entrusted the responsibility of conducting election to an independent machinery. This machinery is known as Election Commission. The responsibility of conducting all election in India rests with the Election Commission. The Indian Constitution has some important characteristic feature. So, in the chapter we have studied only some of the important features. Now our lesson is completed. You should solve textbook exercise of this lesson. Thank you.